And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Union Catholic Livestream UC Sports Media for today's varsity softball game featuring your Union Catholic Vikings and the crosstown rival Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders. I am Mr. Aranio. I will be the announcer for today's game, and we got a beautiful day here at Union Catholic for varsity softball. The Vikings on a 3-game winning streak come in at 4-3, won both games of the annual Union Catholic softball tournament on Saturday against Middlesex and J.P. Stevens. So Vikings playing good softball and looking to continue on and increase their winning streak to 4 today against Scotch Plains-Fanwood. So SPF is just finishing up their infield outfield. We'll have ground rules, and then the Vikings will take the field in a few moments to begin today's game. So in the meantime, I'm going to give the starting lineups for both teams. First for SPF, leading off is the catcher, Sam Friscia, batting second, the left fielder, Ange Valente. Batting third, the pitcher, Emily Roof. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, Olivia DeSalvo. Batting fifth for the Raiders is the third baseman, Sarah Lano. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Maddie Bogart. Batting seventh, the designated player, Serena Lano. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Harper Shimko. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Julia Friedrichs. So that's the lineup for SPF. And the starting lineup for the Vikings today, leading off in right field, is Anaya Fleming, batting second. In center field is Jules Hart, batting third, the first baseman, Hannah Bunyak. Batting cleanup, the pitcher, Cam Kelly. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Bella Donnelly. Batting sixth, the designated player, Lila Reedy. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Kat Price. Batting eighth for the Vikings is the catcher, Sarah Potts. And batting ninth at shortstop, Sienna Parker. So the Raiders come off the field from their infield outfield. Again, we'll have ground rules in a moment. The umpires are here. And then we'll get underway with today's matchup between UC and SPF. SPF was here at UC for the tournament on Saturday. It's a 4-team tournament, an annual softball tournament. Always takes place in mid-April. The Vikings and the Raiders didn't match up on Saturday. Again, Union Catholic defeated Middlesex and J.P. Stevens. Both were comeback victories on a kind of chilly, windy day. But a great day for UC as they got the 2 victories and again, coming at 4-3 on a 3-game winning streak. As you can see, the umpires and Coach Bonadis and then the SPF coach is coming out for the ground rules. So taking a look at the Vikings' schedule, if you go back to opening day, they lost to Westfield 13-5, and then their second game was at Dayton, lost 11-1. Vikings recorded their first victory of the season against Linden. That was on Saturday, April 6th, with a 15-1 victory. Then the Vikings lost versus Brearley. That was last Tuesday. It was a 13-0 game. Then the Vikings went to Union High School last Thursday and came out victorious 14-8. They had a game postponed against Cranford on this past Friday. And then again, the victories against Middlesex, 12-10, back-and-forth battle in the first game on Saturday. And then the second game, again, a comeback victory against J.P. Stevens. Vikings won that 6-5. And the Vikings going to hit the road after today's game against SPF. They're going to Summit tomorrow, 4 p.m. start. Friday at Governor Livingston, 4 p.m. start. And then more road games next week. Monday is at Roselle Park, 4 o'clock. That's the 22nd of April. Next Tuesday, the 23rd, at Ken Place, a 4 p.m. start. And then another 4 p.m. start next Thursday, April 25th. And that's at Brearley. Vikings' next home game will be next Friday, April 26th, 4 p.m. against Arthur L. Johnson. So the Vikings will take the field. Cam Kelly will pitch for the Vikings today, the senior. Actually, Lila Reedy's in the circle. Kelly was put as the pitcher in the scorebook, but it's Lila Reedy, the left-handed junior, that's pitching for UC. So Reedy taking her warm-up tosses from the circle. Vikings are 3-2 at home this season, 1-1 on the road. So they've had a lot of home games. This will be their 6th out of their first 8 games. And again, they'll take the road. They'll take the show on the road, I should say. Next 5 games will be away games. So we're ready to go. Lila Reedy delivers the first pitch, and it's low and outside. Count goes to 2-0. Sam Frischer, the catcher, leads off for the Raiders. And that gets through. That's going to go as an E4. So the leadoff batter is on for SPF. That brings up the left fielder, Ange Valente. There's a strike. Vikings wearing the blue tops today with black pants. There's a swinging strike. Count goes to 0-2. It looks like SPF is wearing all black, both their top and their pants. There's a ground ball. It gets through left side. So SPF has their first 2 batters on. An error and a single. Now their third hitter is the pitcher, Emily Roof. Rudy's first pitch gets away. Runners will advance, so now second and third, nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position. That'll go as a pass ball. It's fouled away. Count goes to 2-1. Again, beautiful day. Great spring weather. Same yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit warmer, but 2 beautiful days. That's backhanded. Three and one count. Second and third, nobody out for SPF here in the top of the first. And that's upstairs, so bases are loaded, nobody out. SPF in business early. That brings up their cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Olivia DeSalvo. So Vikings bring the infield in. That gets away. Run's going to score. That'll go as a wild pitch. Potts tried to backhand it. It deflected back to the backstop. So now second and third. Nobody out. And 1 run in for the Raiders. Have a meeting in the circle. Lila Reedy and Sarah Potts.
Florida was doing that yesterday when the scoreboard wasn't working right, or until like halfway through the game.
There's a swing and a miss by DeSalvo. Scotch Plains with a run already. 2 runners in scoring position. And that's bounced and backhanded by Potts. Count evens at 1-1. Round to the first. Steps on the bag. Throw home is in time. So that's a double play. Great play by Hannah Bunyak. She steps on first. And she's out. So the runner's coming off. So that goes 3-3-2. That's some play. The ball took her to the bag. She stepped on the bag and then made a great throw home. She threw a strike. Potts applied the tag. And the Vikings get an unconventional double play. That's grounded. And the side is retired. Now, wait a minute. Grounded to short, throw across in time. That's going to retire the side. So the runner was safe at home on that play. So SPF scored 3 runs here in the top of the first. End of 1/2 inning. It's the Raiders 3. The Vikings coming to bat here on Union Catholic live stream. back here for the bottom of the first. And I have Fleming, the right fielder, leads off for Union Catholic, the senior. Count is 0-2. And that's strike 3. Jules Hart comes up, the center fielder. And senior for UC. Emily Roof, the right-hander, delivers. That pitch is low. There's a strike at the knees, according to the home plate umpire. Raiders with 3 runs in the top of the first. That one's upstairs. Count goes to 2-1. And a Bunyak on deck. The sophomore for UC. That pitch gets away. It's a good hitter's count coming up for Jules Hart. Roof delivers. And that's ball 4, so Hart is aboard. 1-on, 1-out for the Vikings. I'm joined now by Brandon Schuster. Brandon, how's it going today?
I'm doing all right. Beautiful day here at Union Catholic. The sun is shining. It is a nice warm day, a beautiful day for softball here on the turf.
First pitch to Bunyak is high. I want to go back and look at that play from before, which I called wrong. I thought I saw the umpire put his hand up for out. He went out to the field to talk with the other umpire. There's a strike. But the runner was safe at the plate. Regardless, it was a good play by Bunyak, stepping on the bag and making a very good throw home.
Oh, absolutely. Great fundamentals. Sometimes it just comes down to where the umpire is standing and what he sees. Or what the official sees.
Bunyak fouls it off. Count is 1-2. As you can see, a great view there of the Union Catholic turf field. Spring is in the air. Rain's coming, but we'll enjoy this day. That's fouled off. That's what you get this time of year, weather. You get some beautiful days, and then it gets cold again with rain.
Oh, absolutely. The good thing with the rain, though, at this time of year is it does wash away some of that pollen, and this allergy season has been a little more brutal than others.
Looked like an off-speed pitch, which is high, so count evens at 2-2. Hannah Bunyak, the first baseman. In the right-handed batter's box, Jules Hart on first for the Vikings. The 2-2. Check swing.
Called strike
Strike 3. According to the umpire. So 2 away. Now Cam Kelly is a cleanup hitter. She fouls it off. Good swing. Jumping on a first pitch fastball. 2 outs in the bottom of the first. SPF with the 3-0 lead. That's fouled off. Another good swing by Kelly.
Kelly just missed that one there.
2 good swings. But Roof is ahead 0-2. We'll see if she comes with something off speed here.
I don't know. Maybe she challenges Kelly, goes with the fast stuff, sees if Kelly can keep up with it.
That's low. Throw to second. Not in time, so Hart has a stolen base. And she's in scoring position.
You got to get that tag a little bit lower. When it's up at the body, the feet get in, touch the bag before the tag.
Bella Donnelly on deck. Counts 1 and 2. Roof winds, delivers. Upstairs. Count goes even. Roof delivers. Fouled off. Kelly taking good aggressive swings.
Kelly just missing on all of them. She straightens it out. She'll send that one probably about half court or midfield for the soccer field here on the turf.
Well, you get it by the outfielders here at Union Catholic. Got a good chance of an inside the park home run. We've seen a lot of them so far this year.
Absolutely. We saw a couple in the last game the Vikings played at home against David Brearley, and it looks like this outfield here is playing back in expectation for that.
That's an off-speed pitch, and Roof gets Kelly swinging. So Emily Roof strikes out the side. Vikings don't score. They leave one at the end of 1 inning of play. It's SPF 3. You see nothing here on Union Catholic live stream. To the top of the second, that ball is hit in a right. It gets down, and it's fair. And it went into the stand, so that's going to be a ground rule double, which actually might be a break for the Vikings, because when the ball gets out there, that could have been 3, but the Vikings will take it, so it is a ground rule double.
Caught runner tags.
And that's hit in the right field. One away. A runner advances to third. So the Raiders have a runner on third, 1 out. That brings up the 9 hitter. Pitch is outside. Count goes to 2-0. Julia Friedrichs, the second baseman. Three 3-0. There's a strike from Reedy. Fouled off. SPF put up a 3 spot in the top of the first. They're looking for more. Full count pitch. Swung on and missed. That's a big strikeout for Lila Reedy. 2 away.
Yeah, it looked like Reedy got it right past her. It looked like it was a defensive last-second swing, and it's too late. Good pitch there by Reedy.
Brings up the top of the order, Sam Frisha. She lines that base hit. An RBI for Frisha, and the Raiders take a 4-0 lead. So Frisha reached in the first inning, hit the ball fairly well to second base. It was an error, so she's now 1 for 2, runs scored, and an RBI.
Runner goes over the head of the shortstop.
So Frisha with a stolen base. Ange Valente, the left fielder, is up for the Raiders. Count is 2-0 to Valente. That pitcher's out of the zone. Valente chases. Two outs. Count is 2-1. Runner on second. Change up. Fouled off. Nice pitch there by Reedy.
That one almost had some like knuckleball movement on that one. That one was a nice one.
Count is even. That's grounded to third. Throw across the diamond in time. That retires a side. SPF scores 1 and leaves 1. End of 1.5. It's the Raiders 4, the Vikings 0 here on Union Catholic Livestream. And we're back here for the bottom of the second SPF with a 4-0 lead over Union Catholic here in this crosstown matchup. There's a strike. Emily Roof is back in the circle for the Raiders. Bella Donnelly leading off, the third baseman, freshman for UC. Roof delivers, fouled off. Good swing there. So it is 4-0, but plenty of opportunity here for the Vikings. You don't need to get it all back now. Chip away. It'd be nice to get it all back. Even take a lead, but just chip away and get closer in this ball game. That pitch is grounded to first. That'll go 3 unassisted. Donnelly is retired.
Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Aranio. There's no time, or there's not the time for heroic acts. You don't have to be a hero. You don't have to hit a home run, so to speak. Just a little bit, get on, stay in the game, stay competitive, and fight your way back.
Yeah, there's that tendency to want to get it all back or try to do too much, but right now the Vikings need base runners and they need to build some offense and again, just chip away in this game. Be nice to throw up a crooked number. You're going to get one, okay, on the board, but throwing up a crooked number here would really benefit UC. Count goes to 2-0 on Reedy. The junior pitcher for the Vikings throws lefty and bats from the left side. She goes the opposite way well. She has a good swing. She's a good hitter. Swings and misses at that one. She hit it inside the Parker. She went the other way. I forget what game that was. It was recently. Hit it the other way and got by the outfielders that split the left center gap.
Way to make use of the field, too. Hitting it down that left field side ends up taking up more turf, so it ends up rolling a little bit farther than if it ran onto the track down right field.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just hitting the ball over the outfielders. It's splitting the gaps and hitting it down the lines, particularly, like you said, the left field line. Counts even. Pitch from Roof. Looked like she tried to go off speed, but misses high and in. Kat Price, a second baseman on deck. One out here in the bottom of the second. Roof winds, delivers. And she strikes out Reedy swinging. 2 up, 2 down. So again, the Vikings come in on a 3-game winning streak with a record of 4-3. This is their 6th home game out of their first 8 contests of this year. And there's a swing and a miss from Price. And then they go on the road for the next 5. So it'd be real nice to get a win at home before you head out on the road. Not that the road trips are like they are in professional softball or baseball, but
right, it's just a bus a town or two over and you're back before 7 o'clock anyway. But still, it's a momentum thing. You want to be able to close out your home, your home stand on a win and carry out on a high note. And if you're the Vikings here in this half inning, you really want to get at least a girl or 2 on base. Give Reedy a break, because Reedy's been a workhorse for this team. The amount of games I've seen, she's been pitching, she's been on the mound. So you want to give her a little bit of a breath, a little bit of a relax here and try to wind the game a little bit down.
Count is 0-2. Roof delivers. Low and away. Good spot, 0-2, but a miss. A purpose pitch. I don't like waste pitch. I never liked that term. Purpose pitch. Every pitch should have a purpose.
Well, it's purposely wasteful. You're kind of throwing it away, expecting the batter to swing at it, knowing that the last couple.
And Roof comes back with a good fastball. Gets a swing and a miss and a strikeout to conclude the bottom of the second. So the Vikings go 1-2-3 Emily Roof has 5 strikeouts through 2. And at the end of 2, it's the Raiders 4, the Vikings nothing here on Union Catholic Livestream. Go to the top of the third. Go to the top of the third. Scotch Plains-Fanwood with the 4-0 lead over the Vikings. And there's a swinging strike from Lila Reedy. Count goes to 0-2. Emily Roof, the pitcher, is leading off for SPF here in the top of the third. That ball's hit into right field. And there's a leadoff single for Roof. That brings up the salvo for the Raiders. And there's a strike from Reedy. Olivia DeSalvo, the first baseman. That's fouled off. Raiders scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second. The 0-2, backhanded by Potts. That one's hit. And it's caught. So that was hit well, but it's caught for the first out. That brings up the third baseman for the Raiders, Sarah Lano. Foul back. Count goes even at 1-1 as that misses up and away. 1 on, 1 out for the Raiders. They have a runner on first. Looking to expand their lead. They lead 4-0. Two and 1. Reedy, the left-handed junior for UC. Winds and delivers. That one's hit in a left, and it gets down. 1 run is in. Here comes a throw, and Lano's going to score, so that's a 2-run inside the park home run for Sarah Lano. And the Raiders take a 6-0 lead. So that ball is hit hard in the left field. Again, if you get it past the outfielders, you have a good chance of it inside the Parker. And there's a strike. Off-speed pitch, grounds it foul. So Matty Bogart, the shortstop, batting out of the 6th spot, is now up for the Raiders. Count goes to 1-2. The Vikings have some work to do, but again, long way to go. SPF has scored in each of the first 3 innings. The 1-2. Off-speed pitch. Strike 3. Nice pitch there by Lila Reedy. It's a good sequence there. She gets the strikeout looking. 2 away. Brings up the designated player, Serena Lano. Who hit a double down the right field line her first time up. Ground rule double. Got in between the fence. Past the track. That's fouled. Out of play. One count, 2 outs. Top of the 3rd. Off-speed pitch. It's fouled off. So Reedy's got a good mix going here with the fastball and the off-speed changeup. Reedy winds, delivers the 1-2, grounded to first. That goes 3 unassisted to retire the side. SPF scores 2 on the inside the park 2-run homer from Sarah Lano at the end of 2.5 innings. It's the Raiders 6, the Vikings nothing here on Union Catholic Livestream, UC Sports Media.
And we're back here with Potts leading off. First pitch is a called strike. 0-1 the count now. Neo 1. Swung on and foul. Back 0-2. So an 0-2 count to Potts, the leadoff hitter for the Vikings here in the bottom of the third. If you're just tuning in, it is 6-0 here in favor of the Raiders. Union Catholic still looking for their first hit in the ball game here as that one swung on and right to the first baseman there. One away, 3 unassisted. Up next now is the shortstop, Parker. That one upstairs high for a ball. And that one, check swing. That Parker went on 1-1 here. Again, the Vikings looking for their first hit in the ball game. Jules Hart, the only runner on today for the Vikings so far. She walked. The 1-1. Again, upstairs high. 2-1 now. To the Viking shortstop. Now on a called strike, just hitting the outside part of the plate. 2-2. That one missing, count full. Parker looking to avoid being the 7th batter set down in a row here by Roof. And that one misses, ball 4. So Parker gets on with a walk, and that'll turn the lineup card back over to Fleming, the leadoff hitter for the Vikings. She's got a run around 1 out. Roof sets and the pitch. Swung on late. The 0-1 from Roof. Swung on again, missed. 0-2 Roof. Doing a fantastic job today. Really throwing the ball well, avoiding Union Catholic's bats. She struck out 5 so far today. That one fouled off. Fleming stays alive. We'll do it again at 0-2. Through 7 outs, Roof has 5 strikeouts. That's an impressive feat. We'll look to see if the Vikings can leave those strikeouts behind in the second. That one swung on and missed. A good pitch from Roof. Right in that sweet spot, a nice riser. Fleming can do nothing but swing and miss. So up steps Jules Hart. Runner on 2 outs. She'll take a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 from Roof. Hart swings, fouls it off down the first base side. 0-2 now. Again, the Vikings have Parker on first. She walked. Was able to snap that 5 outs in a row that Roof was able to set up there. And that one is high. Parker goes, throw. Bobbled in time, but bobbled. So Parker steals second. Vikings now have a runner in scoring position, 1-2 to Hart.
And a Boniek on deck.
Roof gets her sign. The 1-2. Called. Strike 3 to end the inning. So the Vikings get a runner on from a walk, get the runner in scoring position, but unfortunately leave that runner on. We're going to go to the top of the fourth here, 6-0 in favor of the Raiders here in Union Catholic Sports Media, Union Catholic Livestream.
We go to the top of the fourth. SPF with the 6-0 advantage over the Vikings. Harper Shimko, the right fielder, leads off for the Raiders. Off-speed pitch is grounded foul. Count goes to 0-2.
Like a Vladimir Guerrero, senior now, type of swing. That ball was in the dirt, turf. Really good way to make contact with it and keep following through to send it down the own side.
The 0-2. Just missed. That's upstairs. 2-1. Scoreboard said 1 strike. The ball was at foul, but it's 2-1.
Well, it should be 2-2 because the first pitch was a called strike.
So that ball's hit into play in the outfield, and it's going to drop. That'll be a leadoff single for Shimko. So Scotch Plains-Fanwood back in business here in the top of the fourth. Julia Fredericks batting at the 9 hole, the second baseman, comes up for the Raiders. There's a strike. Good fastball from Reedy. Sam Frisha on deck. Top of the order. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Reedy looks in. Wines delivers. Just misses with that fastball. Counts 1-2. Off-speed pitch is hit into right field. A base hit. So first and second, nobody out. Raiders in business again. So Reedy went off speed, left it over the plate, and Fredericks did a nice job of staying back and lining it in right field. So that brings up Sam Fisher, the catcher. First and second, nobody out. That's upstairs. SPF scored 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third. The 1-0 is low. Ange Valente, the left fielder, on deck for the Raiders. And that misses low. Close pitch. Count goes to 3-0. Looks like the coach of SPF is getting the take sign. See with his hand out. So it's probably a take sign, which makes sense, 3-0. And that misses outside, so the bases are loaded with nobody out. So 2 singles to start the inning from the 8 and 9 spot. Shimko and Fredericks. Frisha walks. First pitch misses to Ange Valente. The 1-0 is going to drop in. Base hit into center field. 1 run scores. So an RBI single for Ange Valente. And it's now 7-0 SPF. And the bases remain loaded with nobody out.
And that's a tough play. You're playing out there in the outfield. You're playing a little bit back. You want to make sure that you can keep almost like a no doubles kind of defense. Keep the ball from rolling past you on the turf and in the sun.
And that drops in. Gets into the outfield. Run's going to score. So it's now 8-0 in favor of the Raiders. Kind of tough to tell what happened there on the screen.
It looked like second base for Union Catholic tried to make the play, and the ball was just a little bit outside the reach of her glove. It looked like it was just off the top of the webbing and came out.
I'm going to score a single because I couldn't really tell on the screen. But it's bases loaded, nobody out. 2 runs in here in the top of the 4th. SPF with an 8-0 lead. That ball's grounded through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another run. That throw is a bit wide. DeSalvo goes to second base. 2 RBIs for DeSalvo. It's now 10-0 in favor of the Raiders. So the Raiders have opened up this game in the top of the 4th. They're putting the ball in play. They have 4 singles in this inning.
It's a good attempt there by the right fielder. Unfortunately, the throw was just a little bit up the line. If it was a little more on the money, there would have been a good play at that plate.
That's fouled off. Correction, they have 5 singles in this inning, 1 walk. Put in play, things happen. You don't always need big ball. You singles, even sometimes ball's not hit hard, but it finds a hole, finds some open space out in the outfield.
Absolutely. Your job as the batter is just put the ball in play, let the other team, let the fielders make the mistakes.
Counts 1-1. Again, it's the top of the 4th. SPF with a 10-0 advantage. And that misses fastball upstairs. Second and third, nobody out. Off-speed pitch is bounced. So count goes to 3-1 to Sarah Lano. And that misses according to the umpire. Tough to tell here on the monitor, but looked like a pretty good pitch. Coach Bonadise is going to come out. And the infielders will go to the circle and meet with Coach Bonadise. Pitch is fouled off as Matty Bogart, shortstop, batting at the 6-hole, is up for the Raiders.
Good response there from Reedy coming out of that mound huddle, throwing a hard strike.
Off-speed pitch, nice pitch, which misses. Tough to tell in and out as we're watching on the monitor, but a good pitch. I like the sequence. Came with the fastball, comes back with the off-speed pitch. The 1-1 is bounced. Bases loaded, nobody out. That ball's grounded to second. Throw to first is in time. That'll be an RBI ground out for Bogart. And the Raiders now lead 11-0. So again, you put the ball in play and good things happen. That brings up Serena Lano, the designated player, the 9th batter for the Raiders in this top of the 4th. She grounds at the first, and she's going to be safe. So another run scores. That's 6 runs in this top of the 4th, and it's now 12-0 in favor of the Raiders. So SPF now has runners at the corners with 1 out. They've batted around. And Harper Shimko, who led off this top of the 4th, will come to the plate. She led off with a single. So the Raiders again with 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 6 here in the top of the 4th. That's low. Lila Reedy looks in, winds, delivers outside. Count goes to 2-0. Three and 0 as that misses upstairs. So this has been an inning where SPF has put the ball in play consistently. They put it in play a lot, and it's produced 6 runs. And there's a walk, so the bases are reloaded with 1 out. That brings up the 9-hitter, Julia Fredericks, the second baseman. Sarah Potts will come out and talk to Reedy. So again, a beautiful spring day here. Had a beautiful day yesterday. A little warmer yesterday, but grateful for this pleasant weather. We have more Union Catholic athletics to come this week, which I'll get to in a moment. The schedule. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Reedy delivers upstairs. Tomorrow we have boys lacrosse. That's a 5 p.m. start. The 1-0 from Reedy's off speed. It's grounded through for a base hit. 1 run is in. The runners will hold. So that's an RBI single for Fredericks. It's now 13-0 in favor of SPF. So that'll bring at the top of the order Sam Frischer, the catcher. So again, boys lacrosse will be in action tomorrow here at Union Catholic. We'll have all the coverage here on UC Livestream, UC Sports Media. Again, it's a 5 p.m. start. Thursday, girls lacrosse will be in action. That's actually an earlier start. It was supposed to be 4 p.m., but it's now going to start at 3:15. And we'll be on the air for a special ceremony at about 2:45 on Thursday. Friday's baseball at 4 p.m. start, and then Saturday morning at 9 a.m. we have girls lacrosse. So an action-packed week of athletics here at Union Catholic. Bases loaded, 1 out. Reedy delivers. There's a strike. Raiders have scored 7 runs here in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 is put in play. Base hit in the right. Run's going to score. That throw gets away, but it's backed up by the catcher, Sarah Potts. So that's an RBI single, and it's now 14-0 in favor of the Raiders.
Yeah, and a play like that, unless you can clearly see from right field that there's a couple of steps to go for that runner to reach first. You know, the snap throw over to first, it's a good idea, but when it's real close like that, I'd rather hold off to avoid the injury or the possible injury that could happen on a collision.
Yeah, you got to make a quick decision.
I mean, I like it. I like the attempt. I like the aggressiveness of it. But sometimes it's just it's a little dangerous, a little scary there.
And that's a play that you see a lot in softball. You really don't see it in baseball because the dimensions of the field. So that comes into play. A ball to right. If it's hit hard enough, you get a chance to throw the runner out at first. You rarely see that in baseball. Occasionally. Well, one time, Sean Casey got thrown out from left field.
I remember that one.
That was hilarious. And there's a foul ball. Count goes to 0-2. Bases are loaded, 1 out for the Raiders. Sean Casey was not known for being fleet of foot.
No.
He was a very good left-handed hitter. Hit for average. A little pop. Not much a power hitter, but he was a good left-handed hitter. Played a long time in the major leagues. He was known as the mayor.
Still known as that.
Yeah. Here's a ground ball, second. Throw to first is in time. That's going to be an RBI ground out.
Yeah, that at-bat with Casey, the one thing he did wrong there was the number one rule, the thing they teach you down at the youngest age of clinic in recreational softball and baseball is if you hit it, you run it out until you're told the play is done. Hits the ball the opposite way. He thought the shortstop and the third baseman had made the play on the ball, and he stopped running. And then he realized that the ball was in left field.
I'm trying to visualize the play. I don't remember it clearly. I just remember him getting thrown out of first base from left field. There's a base hit up the middle. 1 run is in. Another runner holds at third. So now runners are at the corners with 2 outs.
It looks like the Raiders are just playing it station to station anytime a ball's hit in play.
Raiders have put up a 10 spot in the top of the 4th. It just goes to show you in softball, baseball, you put the ball in play, you just keep things moving runners along. could be very productive offensively. Yeah, the long ball's nice. The home runs. Count is 1-1. Runners at the corners with 2 outs. Off speed. Potts keeps it in front. Count goes to 3-1. Pitch. Foul back. I think Scotch Plains-Fanwood has done a good job attacking good pitches to hit. They've shown plate discipline, haven't really chased, but when they get a pitch to hit, they jump on it. And that's a swing and a miss, so Reedy records the strikeout to conclude the top of the 4th. So SPF puts up 10 at the end of 3.5. SPF with a 16-0 lead here on Union Catholic Livestream. Back here for the bottom of the 4th. Hannah Bunyak leads off for Union Catholic, the first baseman and sophomore. Emily Roof delivers a strike. So SPF with the 10 spot at the top of the 4th. The 0-1, swung and missed. Good aggressive swing by Bunyak. Bats out of the 3 spot for the Vikings. Cam Kelly on deck, followed by Bella Donnelly, 3-4-5 for UC.
Ooh, look out.
The 1-2 from Roof, fouled off. Roof delivers. Check swing, foul back. Bunyak stays alive. We await the 1-2. Off-speed pitch misses high and away. Count evens. SPF has scored in all 4 innings. The 2-2. Fouled off. Good at bat by Bunyak. That's swung on and miss. Catcher throws to first in time. So Bunyak is retired. That is the 8th strikeout for Emily Roof. Struck out the side of the first, had 2 in the second, 2 in the third. And she strikes out Bunyak to begin the bottom of the 4th.
The only other 2 outs were both ground balls hit right to first base.
Yes.
So she's been doing a real good job at being deceptive with her pitches, and the Vikings have only been able to really hit the ball late.
Cam Kelly, the senior, bats for the Vikings out of the cleanup spot. Fouled off. Bella Donnelly on deck. The 1-1. Skied to the right side. In right field, and the catch is made. 2 up, 2 down. We'll bring up Bella Donnelly, the 3rd baseman for Union Catholic. There's a strike. Lila Reedy on deck. The 0-1. Count evens. Again, we have an action-packed week here at UC. Fouled off. And Roof is ahead 1-2. Again, boys lacrosse tomorrow, 5 p.m. start. Two outs, no one on here in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-2, strike 3, and that retires the side. So the Vikings go 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Emily Roof has 9 strikeouts, and at the end of 4, it's SPF 16, UC nothing, here on Union Catholic Livestream. And that actually concludes the ball game. So final score, the Scotch Plains-Fanwood Raiders 16 and the Union Catholic Vikings nothing. So UC goes to 4-4 on the season. UC softball will be back in action tomorrow. They'll be on the road at Summit. Again, a 5-game road trip coming up for UC softball. Their next home game will be next Friday, April 26th at 4 p.m. against Arthur L. Johnson. So again, please join us tomorrow for boys lacrosse at 5 p.m. Thursday, we have girls lacrosse. Coverage starts at 2:45, 3:15 start of the game. What do they call it in lacrosse? Face-off?
I have no idea.
Got to find that out. And then baseball is 4 o'clock on Friday, and girls lacrosse Saturday at 9 a.m. So again, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. For Brandon Schuster, I am Mr. Aranio, saying so long, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow on Union Catholic Livestream.